Hello and welcome to Natuna News Stream, your trusted source for breaking news and in-depth analysis. We bring you the stories shaping our world, delivered straight to you. Stay informed and engaged. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for the latest updates. These are today's headlines. Eritrea participates in 98th session of Rights of the Child. South Sudan imposes overnight curfew to curb violence targeting Sudanese traders. Israel's Security Cabinet recommends ceasefire approval in Gaza. Trump speaks with China's Xi, expressing optimism on global peace. Russia and Iran presidents sign comprehensive partnership treaty in Moscow. Russia says Ukraine attacked Belgorod with US ATACMS promises retaliation. And SpaceX's Starship test flight ends in destruction. News in brief. An Eritrean delegation attended the 98th session of the Committee on the Rights of the Child, which began on January 14 in Geneva. During the session, the delegation highlighted Eritrea's commitment to protecting and promoting children's rights, describing this as a core political and social principle. They emphasized ongoing efforts to implement a legal framework ensuring non-discrimination and equal rights for all individuals regardless of age or background. The delegation pointed out significant progress in eradicating harmful practices such as female genital mutilation, with many subzones declaring themselves free of such practices. They also detailed partnerships with civil society organizations and the establishment of committees to advance child welfare and inclusivity, particularly for children with disabilities. These efforts reflect Eritrea's adoption of the Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities. On health and education, the delegation reported successes in immunization coverage, sanitation projects, and maternal care, alongside improved literacy rates and expanded access to education. Infrastructure developments like dam construction have also enhanced water access for urban and rural communities. Eritrea reaffirmed its dedication to securing a brighter future for children through collaborative efforts. South Sudanese authorities announced a nationwide dusk-to-dawn curfew following violence targeting Sudanese traders in the capital Juba and other towns. Police Chief General Abraham Manuat confirmed the curfew would take effect immediately, requiring businesses to close by 5 p.m. to prevent further looting. The decision follows tensions sparked by alleged killings of South Sudanese nationals in Sudan earlier this week. Stores in Juba and beyond remained closed as tensions simmered. The presidential press secretary urged calm, stressing the importance of restraint and warning against misdirected retaliation towards Sudanese refugees and traders residing in South Sudan. Authorities have vowed to protect local markets and restore order amidst the unrest. The ongoing civil war in Sudan, which began in April 2023, has displaced millions and exacerbated ethnic violence and humanitarian crisis. Officials in South Sudan called for peaceful resolution and an end to the region's instability, which has further strained relations between the two nations. Israel's Security Cabinet has recommended approving a ceasefire agreement brokered by Qatar and the United States, which aims to end the ongoing 15-month war with Hamas in Gaza. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu confirmed the agreement's progress, although he noted initial delays caused by Hamas. The final decision now awaits approval from the full cabinet, with a ceasefire potentially starting as early as Sunday. The deal includes provisions for the release of hostages held by Hamas, a key demand of Israeli officials. While many families of the hostages and Gaza residents await the agreement's implementation, some of Netanyahu's far-right coalition partners have expressed opposition, raising concerns about potential political instability. The conflict, triggered by a Hamas attack in October 2023, has resulted in the deaths of over 46,000 Palestinians, according to local health officials. Israel's military response has devastated Gaza, further escalating tensions in the region. Both sides have faced international pressure to de-escalate and prioritize humanitarian relief. U.S. President-elect Donald Trump revealed he had a productive phone conversation with Chinese President Xi Jinping, expressing hopes for a cooperative relationship between the two nations. Trump emphasized their shared goal of addressing global challenges, including trade imbalances and security concerns, as well as discussing issues such as TikTok, fentanyl, and global peace. Trump suggested that the US and China could resolve long-standing tensions and work together for mutual benefit. He expressed confidence in finding solutions to disputes, particularly regarding trade policies and tariffs. Analysts have noted that Trump's proposed tariff on Chinese goods could lead to economic friction, impacting consumers and businesses in both countries. Tensions between the US and China have persisted over topics like Taiwan, the South China Sea, and trade disparities. While Trump's administration focused heavily on competition with China, his successor Joe Biden also maintained a firm stance on curbing China's influence while strengthening US alliance in the Asia-Pacific. In a historic move, Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian and Russian President Vladimir Putin signed a strategic partnership treaty in Moscow today. The agreement, described by Putin as a real breakthrough, aims to bolster trade, military cooperation in other sectors, including science, culture, and education. Both leaders highlighted the potential for the treaty to contribute to stability and development in the region. The Kremlin indicated that the treaty would strengthen military and economic ties, although specific details remain undisclosed. Pezeshkian emphasized that the partnership marks a new chapter in Iran-Russia relations, particularly in trade and security cooperation. This comes as both nations continue to adapt to extensive Western sanctions. Iran has reportedly supplied Russia with Shahad drones, which have been used in Ukraine, a move that has further solidified their collaboration. Trade and energy partnerships between the two countries have increased, highlighting their shared goal of countering sanctions and enhancing regional influence. Russia has accused Ukraine of launching 6 US-made ATACMS missiles at its Volgorod region, all of which were reportedly intercepted without causing damage or casualties. The Russian Defense Ministry pledged to retaliate, continuing its pattern of responses to attacks involving Western-supplied weaponry such as ATACMS and Storm Shadow missiles. Over the past week, Russia claimed to have intercepted numerous Western-supplied ammunition, including drones and HIMARS rockets, and stated it had carried out strikes on Ukrainian energy facilities it alleged were supporting military activities. Ukrainian officials, however, reported continued devastation from Russian attacks, including the destruction of an educational facility in Kryvyi, which killed at least 4 people and injured 7 others. The conflict continues to escalate, with Russia announcing the capture of the village of the Solovyanka in eastern Ukraine, along with 7 other settlements in the past week. As both sides intensify their operation, the war remains at the center of global attention, with each accusing the other of escalating the violence. SpaceX conducted a 7th test flight of Starship, its next-generation rocket, but the mission ended in failure as the spacecraft broke apart mid-flight. While the upgraded booster successfully returned to the pad using mechanical arms, contact with the spacecraft was lost just 8.5 minutes after launch. The mission had ambitious goals, including circling the Earth and deploying 10 dummy satellites. However, the rocket disintegrated during ascent, with debris eventually crashing into the Indian Ocean. Despite the setback, the flight demonstrated significant progress, such as successful recovery of the booster, which could pave the way for future innovations. SpaceX continues to refine Starship as part of its goal to revolutionize space exploration. The company remains optimistic about overcoming technical challenges and advancing its vision of interplanetary travel. Well, that's all the news for today. Thank you for watching Not Now News stream. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay informed about the latest global events. Thanks for watching and goodbye.